Hello there. Welcome to tonight's little live question and answer. Tonight's topic is getting motivated to organize photos. And boy, this is a tough topic because I know lots of people want to organize their photos, but I also think there are some people who don't know yet that they could be organizing and saving their photos. They've been going through, life looking for photos when they need them and sometimes re-looking for photos and they don't realize there's a better way. So when talking about getting or when talking about getting motivated to organize photos, I am hoping that tonight's little webinar will help maybe inspire you to get going and maybe inspire some new people to think about saving their pictures because it's so important. Like literally, tomorrow could be too late. So, first of all, if you were to like this video, it probably would help more people see this important message because it's just something I can't stress enough. In this day and age, as the technology moves on, our memories are so at risk for being lost and not preserved. And if you're like me, I can't literally remember what I did 2 weeks ago if I don't have a photo of it. So we have so many important things to save. Now, when I have asked people, about their photo organizing challenges, I've heard quite a few things. I wanted to ask you if any of this resonates with you, okay? If it sounds familiar. I'm overwhelmed and I don't know where to start. It's just so stressful. Like one person told me that she needed to take a Xanax before having a conversation with me about her pictures. I know it's stressful. Other people have said I waste a lot of time searching for photos and then they say I waste even more when I have to search for those pictures again. Someone told me, more than one person actually has said, I want to do it right the first time. And I'm betting some of you have probably started organizing your pictures at some point and stopped and have come back. And maybe you're wondering, well, is there a better way? And I did have someone say, I'm worried I will die and this won't get done. So there's plenty of angst over this subject. And I thought I was talking with a colleague the other day, and he's like, well, how do we get more people motivated? And I said, well, I thought I'd been doing a good job of it, but that's why I'm doing this topic tonight is like to light a fire and let's get going on this. So I'm going to share some reasons on why you would want to get going on saving your pictures. So let me just share my screen here. And let's go. All right. Number one, photos celebrate clearly. They celebrate major milestones in our lives. And when you look back through them, you can certainly see the moments that, we all want to remember together. So here's a picture of my mother-in-law when she graduated from high school and she just celebrated 90 years. Okay. We had a fun party with her, and these are her colleagues that she worked with for over 40 years that gathered for a celebration for her. And at that gathering, we had a slideshow of all the memories from the clinic. It was so much fun. And this picture is a treasure. And it is my mother-in-law right there in the middle. She is just an inspiration to everybody. And I just wanted to say, hey, it's our cousin Kathy from Washington saying hello. Thanks so much for joining tonight. And she certainly was a part of the celebration for Eileen. So, all right, we're gonna say goodbye to that. And thank you, Kathleen, so much for joining. Now, the next reason that I wanted to talk about is photos inspire. Like more than just thinking, oh, that picture of me, I should lose weight. That's not what I'm talking about. And sometimes people have been inspired to lose weight by pictures, but I'm thinking about bigger picture things, no pun intended. So, like, here's a photo of my kids raising money to end Alzheimer's. This is an annual tradition where we would do the Alzheimer's walk, and there's flowers in there with petals, and my kids have grown up fundraising, and I hope that people, when they see pictures like this, fundraising is such a great way to um, do something good. And when you have photos from those events that you've worked hard for other organizations, you might inspire someone to give to an organization that means something to you. And I've also heard that photos inspire people to travel. And I could do a whole separate webinar on how I've been inspired to travel because of the pictures I've been able to see. Next, photos connect generations. Like, this is just clearly understood. We know photos connect generations. So I love this picture because it's an actual restoration. And this gentleman's daughter brought the photo in, and we restored it. And the Love Jack on there, there's a story there. And by being able to share this restored photo, we're talking about so much more than a moment in time. There's a story there that will be preserved. And you can look back at pictures and see that people did similar things back in the day. This is a photo from the 1960s, and the grandparents are picking up shells on the beach. Who knew? Like, I know a lot of my friends' kids over the years, they've gone to the beach to pick up shells. These are things that are common no matter how old you are. And when you show photos like this to your children where they can see how things happened in the past, it's powerful. All right. So that leads me into photos strengthen families. And I really think that if families spent more times together looking at pictures and talking about things that have happened, they'd be a stronger unit. I don't have any research on it, but it's my dream someday to do this. Now, how do photos strengthen families? Well, when you do spend time together reminiscing about things and um, opportunities and experiences that you've had together, it builds better bonds. When you have a 4-generation photo that you can show the 3rd generation down, that's pretty powerful. Children have they pick up on stories greatly. And I just, want to tell you that the connecting of the generations is so important. Children need to know they're part of something bigger. And it gives them, stronger feelings of belonging. And in this day and age, when society is putting so much pressure on kids and the social media and all the online activities they have, we have to make a stand, or our kids are not going to have as strong of resiliency and things like that to get through the tough times. I have this photo of my daughter with this cat. We were at a petting farm, and they were actually letting people take home the kittens. So we didn't let her take home the cat, and she was heartbroken. But she learned that day that even though she couldn't take the cat home, she learned about responsibility and the things that that are important. You have to be able to take care of that. And when she looks back at this picture, she knows some of the heartache. She got through it. She is resilient, and life goes on. So that's just an example of how when we look at pictures with our children, think about the monumental sports games that our kids have been involved, and when there's been a failure, and we can look back and maybe smile and have learned something from it. Photos help talking about those experiences. Now, I really hate to go doom and gloom, but I got to talk about this. Natural disasters are waiting to steal your memories away. And I live in the Midwest. Fortunately, I have not experienced a tornado, but I know people who have. And I've actually been involved with an organization that saves photos found in tornadoes. pictures can be blown many, many miles away. All right. And if you don't have a plan in place, your memories could be gone. And then there's fire. Fire, the worst thing you can think of and imagine happening to your home. Often you'll think, all right, the pictures will be the first thing you grab when you leave the house, but will you have time? And will you get everything? And, life is important first. So I remember I met a gal who lived out in California and experienced one of those wildfires. She said, we literally didn't even have 30 seconds to get out. And that's how fast life is first, and your memories, unfortunately, might be lost. I also have seen what's left after a fire, and water has soaked everything and pictures are ruined. Maybe some of them can be hung dry, but it's never going to be the same photo as before. So we want to get these pictures preserved so that we don't lose them to natural disaster. Now, technological disaster. I bet if I asked you, how many of you have lost a digital photo or video because you lost your phone, or maybe it was stolen, or you thought it was saved somewhere? It happens. And I'm not too embarrassed myself to admit it has happened to me. I should be like the expert on this. For over 15 years, I've been helping people save their memories, and I thought my videos of my children from their growing up years, which would be in around 2001 to 2008, I thought they were safe. I thought I had them on my computer. I had an external hard drive backup, and I had them backed up at a server here at our work. And one day I realized on my computer I did not have my videos in my photo collection. So I thought, all right, I'll go to that external hard drive. And the external hard drive was dead, and like literally dead. I took it to two places and there was nothing to be gained off of it. And then my heart sunk because I knew that the server I originally saved it to here at Pixology had died. Like, we had been able to get some of our files off of it, but the server was like on our shelf dead. And I had to send it away to a special company. And I was just praying the pictures and the videos were on there. And the quote that came back was like $2,400. And I couldn't believe it, but I paid monthly for like 6 months, and these are the videos that came back that you're looking at. I thought I had maybe 7 or 8 that I could think of I really missed. There were 110. And there I am watching them, and I'm holding the dang invoice that says it was finally paid. Technology is waiting also to steal your memories away. So we need to get a plan in place. And I'm going to just say it again. I said it before. Tomorrow may literally be too late. And, think about, the people that you may have lost in the last year. And it really makes you pause, right? I know that even something could happen to me. I get hit by the pickle truck, and have I done a good enough job that my photos and memories will be passed on? Not there yet. Last year, now I am from Wisconsin, and very near to where Pixology is, the Waukesha Christmas Parade was hit by a driver that ran through it and killed people. Those people had no idea that that was the last day, and neither did their family members. You don't know when you're going to lose somebody. And we pray for all the families affected by that. And I just hope, that people have learned through, these things that happen, that we have to treasure every day and take advantage of the moments that we have with our family before it's too late. And so I know this is a little grim, but it's life. And, it's all it's awful to think about looking through the pictures after someone's gone when you could have enjoyed them together. So, we have to have a plan, and I promised in the little description to this video that I would share it. Now, the plan here uses the word focus in it. Focus, because we have to focus on getting this done. The 5 steps that I have here apply to both how we organize both printed and digital pictures. It seems like it's simple, but I know it's very deep. There's a lot of moving parts to saving pictures, and I have worked really hard to try to find the simplest path for people to save their photos from the time it's taken or scanned to making sure future generations have access to it. So, this is a highly simplified overview, and I've got other videos on our YouTube channel that you could take a look at. But first, in the FOCUS acronym is Find It All. And I have 2 pictures here. On the left-hand side is we found all of the pictures for one family. They're sitting there on the table. There are frames and envelopes and albums. We have to find it all. And the same goes with digital. You have to find all the places your digital pictures live. Now, we don't do this at the same time. That would be too much, but I just wanted to tell you that the process is similar. So we find it all and then we organize it. So we are looking at the final version of organized printed pictures in photo boxes there, and then a master family photos folder on your computer. I teach that you organize your photos on your computer. Okay, it's in this day and age, people are maybe thinking they don't need their computers too much, but it's impossible to manage all of those memories that we have collected without doing it on a computer. So you have a master family photos folder on your computer. You have the organized printed pictures on the left there, which are scanned and then added to the digital pictures in your master family photos. 2 separate processes, but with the same goal of having everything in one place. So once it's organized, we have to do some curation. And I didn't really have any good pictures of this that I could think of right off the top of my head, but we need to remove duplicates. Now, in the printed organization, hopefully we have removed duplicates along the way, but we'll never catch them all because they're insidious. They're everywhere. So in the curating of photos, especially the digital side, there are programs that allow you to do duplicate finding, and then you can remove them. So we also fine tune the organization so that the folders of photos make sense, and the January pictures are in the beginning and the holiday pictures are at the end. That's all part of the curation step, okay? Once it's curated and you're in the folder, you can use your pictures, okay? And I have a whole variety of situations here. On the top left, we had a client who has a military photo book of his years of service. And on the bottom left, it's a couple. One of our clients had this photo restored. It was actually ripped up and damaged, and we were able to restore it so that her husband had the best version of his parents, the only picture that he had of them restored, and it was a print. On the upper right, we have a mom and her son who is looking at an online archive of photos, and they could play a slideshow if they wanted, and they could do photo gifts like canvas prints and more. And then in the bottom middle, this family, which we worked with in organizing their pictures, they produced a written family narrative of their legacy. There's so many things you can do. Once your pictures are organized, and you can gather what you need for the project you want to complete. Then after using it, we want to save it. And I don't just mean save like back up, because backup is part of the whole process. Saving for future generations, okay? And the way that we do that here at Pixology is we help people create free, it's 2 GB forever account that they can try it out. And then if they like the idea of saving their pictures in a website, a cloud site, where it's only dedicated to preserving family memories, and part of the package includes saving pictures and migrating them to the newest technology for your lifetime, plus 100 years. Forever is our go-to solution, and you'll be able to see a link for that below when we're done here. So that saving is like long-term savings, so that the people in the future can know what life was like today. And truly, I mean, like, we're living through the most massive technological revolution. If you're my age, I'm in my 40s, almost 50, and in your 50s, you literally have seen us go from print pictures and film cameras, which no longer are part of our daily life, to being able to actually have photos come to life with artificial intelligence. Saving the pictures for future generations is so important, and we have the tools to do it. So I'm just putting up here. I definitely would love to talk with you about your photo challenges. I've talked to quite a few people because I'm trying to learn how to best teach and spread the word on the importance of saving photos. So I'm just going to put a link in the chat bar, and then you can take a look at that if you want to schedule a time. I'm also very happy to answer any questions. Today's topic really was about motivating people so that you can get started, and I want you to know there's a good plan to do it. And if you're worried about how you're going to start and you want to do it right, you definitely want to schedule a time. So I am just checking if there's any questions. You can put it in the comments section, and I'd be happy to answer them. I think, thinking about the pictures and getting going, it's really understandable why it's such a challenge. People, we have had so many new technologies come at us, and we have to figure out how to manage it all. And that's what I'm here hoping to do. So if you think of a question after this is over, you can post it in here, and then I'll definitely answer it in the future. And I think that's about it. So thank you so much for those of you who joined. If you didn't catch it all, just hit the replay and it'll all be there. And schedule a time if you need a little bit of help. All right. Thank you so much. Have an enjoyable rest of the day.